Hey, Darryl, good to see you. Big news today. We are talking today about the fact that US government debt has now surpassed $30 trillion for the first time ever. How do I
Right.
even begin to make sense of that number?
Well, it's a big number. I know that there's on the internet you could find that clock, and
Oh,
it just
yeah.
shows the debt rising like
Gives me
every second.
anxiety.
I know maybe the debt level's gone up by billions of dollars just since we started this conversation. It's you know I know we've got a few discussion points for this blessed event of talking with you, and uh, it's something that some people think means something, other people think it doesn't mean anything, and no politician wants to tackle it. It's like a kryptonite or dynamite or
Right.
whatever the right word is. Nobody wants to do it. So there are some things that we can do, which we'll get to in a second.
Well, I know some people think like, hey, this is not bad debt. The US always pays its debt. It doesn't really matter. Do I care that the number is so huge?
Well, so the breakdown of the debt is about 80% of it is to Japan and China and other countries who will keep loaning us money as long as we're making our interest payments,
Right.
and the rest is sort of an IOU to Social Security. And so there are many economists who believe that this debt, all this debt is a deferred tax increase. It's just a tax increase in the future. And I suppose it would matter like how young you are right now as to how much change can be enacted between now and when you're really starting to live on your retirement savings. So I know that, look, when you get to be 65 years old, you generally, if you're not working anymore, you have a bucket of money. Whatever you have, you have. And if taxes rise, that reduces the amount of money you have. So what people worry about, what people like me worry about as far as protecting our clients going forward, is that if too much money is in tax deferred accounts like IRAs and 401ks, and that money has not been taxed yet, that higher tax rates in the future will be quite onerous for people. And I always ask when I have a class, like I'm teaching a class tonight, I say, like, is it hard to plan for retirement if you don't know how much money you have? And raise your hand. Yes, it's hard.
Yes.
And so 401k funds are great, but we haven't paid tax on that money yet. So I think that that's what most people worry about when we think about the debt.
Darryl, do you think people like our videos? Beats me. How do we find out? We can ask them. How? Like this. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up below. Anything else? Yes, subscribe. This way you'll see our content right away. Tell the viewers why we do this. To help them create safety, simplicity, and most of all, financial strength in the future. Got it. To subscribe, just click the button below. Now back to our regularly scheduled video.
Right. Okay. So then the logical next question then is, should I be doing anything now, right? You mentioned Social Security and 401ks, which I think most people rely on, right? So what should I do now?
Well, so there's basically three buckets where money goes. So just three. There are taxable accounts, which are the kinds of accounts you get a 1099 on. There are tax deferred accounts, which are your 401ks and your IRAs. And then there's tax-free accounts, which are Roth accounts, Roth IRA, Roth 401k, and specially created life insurance policies that reside in this third bucket that under current law and most likely will never be taxed again. So if we're saying here, one bucket, two bucket, three buckets, we're really like trying to go in the direction of the tax-free bucket as best we can. So again, those are Roth strategies, that's life insurance, things that are not currently taxable. So this is the kind of thing like, look, it's a milestone number. People like to talk about it. And I get calls from my clients here and there, should we be doing something? And I said, well, we're really doing it already. We're trying to move our assets into a bucket where the IRS can no longer get to it. And that's really all we can do.
All right. Well, Darryl, thank you very much.
You're welcome.